Egan Bernal, the Colombian road race champion, on an absolutely cracking form today as well, and really putting Tadej Pogacar and his UAE Team Emirates team on the back foot by being out front and looking so strong as well on the final of those 8 laps going up to the Montello climb and heading out onto the first of the Barasso circuits. By the time we got out there, climbing up and away from Lake Varese, it was Egan Bernal who was dropping Lorenzo Milesi. Milesi doing brilliantly just to stay in there. And actually, it was Isaac Del Toro also getting involved, which meant we were starting to think this might be a day for Tadej Pogacar. You could see the world champion down there, freshly crowned world champion, of course, for the second time, and the freshly crowned European champion, Tadej Pogacar. It was the American champion, Quinn Simmons, who rode across to Lorenzo Milesi, and eventually the work of Simmons would bring Milesi and himself back in touch with Egan Bernal at the front of the race. I was looking at this point like UAE Team Emirates were being put properly on the back foot again. You could just see the face of Egan Bernal looking round to see who was coming. Penny for his thoughts when they saw it was Tadej Pogacar and Isaac Del Toro as well. But they came onto the descent back down to the lake, and Tadej Pogacar was pressing on. In fact, he was pressing right on. And I have to say, at that point, Group 2 syndrome started to set in. They didn't stop chasing, but the chase wasn't working. Whether it's a lack of tactics or a lack of ambition behind, or whether it's just the superiority of one of the greatest road racing bicyclists of all time in Tadej Pogacar, well, I'll leave that to you lot to discuss. It's probably a little bit of both. There were still riders, though, determined not to give up on the descent back down to the lake, the long descent back down to the Lago di Varese. It was Tadej Pogacar in very familiar time trial mode, tucking down and extending that lead, as you could see. We had a really big group boiling up for a sprint. But it was a sprint behind this man, Tadej Pogacar, who took his 19th win of the season. What a man, what a ride, what a result, and what a season too. You have been warned.